Hi friends, welcome to Salesforce online training by your beloved secular shop. In today's session, let's put focus on SOQL for admins, SOQL, Salesforce Object Query Language. The language refers to here is programming people, right? Programming people. But how come this is going to be helpful for the admins? As far as you try to escape from the coding, admins need to, at least sometimes they need to write some coding part, right? Little bit. So we are doing that effort to enable you to write SOQL queries, a Salesforce Object Query Language. And we are in the module, we are in Trailhead and the module SOQL. So SOQL, let's call SOQL for admins, Salesforce Object Query Language for admins. And we are dealing with the first unit in session. Get started with SOQL queries. Is it a new thing to us? No, not at all. We have been using this for a long time. Like, you remember list views? In list views, what you have developed with pointing and clicking, what are the fields I want? Right. Okay, let's take account object. Let us log into any one of our accounts. Well, let us go to classic or lightning, whatever it may be. Account object, for example. In the accounts tab, we have multiple list views, right? All accounts. So fetch me the so and so fields, whatever fields I want from all the records, all the account records. That is one thing. Like that, my accounts fetch so and so fields from all accounts where I am the owner, right? I am the owner. If who is the user here? Shaw batch 522. So if he's the owner, all his records are going to be displayed over there. And if another user logs in, Mr. Chris, so his records are going to be displayed over there. Like that, etc. etc. Things. Okay. What we will do, let's try to create one list view. So here going to the list view controls. We are in Lightning Experience. Generally, I recommend Classicness, Salesforce Classic in my regular batches. You know the reason also. So for this session, okay, quickly I'm taking list view controls, the new list view, giving some name, show and something with the name and another field, whatever. Rating. Okay, right, or rating out. Let's take industry. Okay, industry fields. So giving that name, and all users can see this list view. So the list view name I have given is the show accounts with name and industry, and the displaying the fields, account name, account sign, blah 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 fields. It is displaying. Even I want to control that, right, and it is displaying only my accounts. The logged in users won't. Okay, I am removing this filter, and the fields I have to display what I want are name, and I don't want all this stuff. Remove name. Then we thought of industry. No? I. Okay. So what are the fields I am expecting? The name field, industry field, the fields I want, name field, industry field from account object. Well, have I put any filters? No, no filters, no criteria. So it is going to display all the 22 records that are existing with the name field and the industry field. Right. The same thing behind the scenes, what's happening is SOQL. So when with the pointing and clicking, what you are selecting, the fields I want are name field and industry field. From which object, I'm expecting the object from account. The same thing, it has converted into its SOQL language, like select what are the fields I expected, name, industry, and then from. Okay, select is a keyword of this thing, SOQL, and from which object, account object. If it is a custom object, account double underscore C. Okay. Then after that, there are no conditions where the name like this, or where the annual revenue greater than 50K or something, or where the rating is hot, warm, cold. No conditions or there are no clauses. That is simply plain SOQL query. Okay. Okay, it's not now. Well, so behind the scenes, with every pointing and clicking, coding has to be there. No, it's writing like this. The same thing we are going to learn. That's it. Okay, I have opened this one. SOQL for admins module, and the first unit we are going get started with SOQL queries. Right, the learning objectives. After completing this unit, you will be able to construct a valid SOQL query using required clauses. Filter query results by multiple conditions, where annual revenue less than, greater than, or where the industry is, in case of account object. Okay, and here the example they will be showing us some contact. Okay, well, then you can sort query results by the name field or revenue field or anything. Okay, if this is your first stop on the build Apex coding skills trial, you have come too far. Take a step back and earn Apex basics for admins. Okay, that is also a very simple thing. You will be understanding the language, Apex language basics over there, and also OOPS for admins, object oriented programming. What is the OOPS concept, right? Okay, before you continue this module, so I also recommend you go through that. Well, already under these modules, then excellent, go to the next basic understanding of how create classes, variables as objects. It's time to learn about the SOQL, Salesforce Object Query Language, also known as SOQL, pronounced as SOQL. This is the important point. Wait, 1 second, man. What we say, SOQL. So it sounds good to say SOQL. Right? What is SOQL? SOQL is a language that gets record data from a Salesforce database. In OOPS for admins, you learned that you can use DML. DML means you send the data, you create a record, you update a record, you delete a record. Okay, insert, update, delete. What if you want to get data, right? You have CRUD. Always I repeatedly say CRUDs. Creating record, updating record, deleting record. This is the DML. You send the data, you do with the server. Reading the data, you want to fetch the data. That is nothing but SOQL, getting the data, right? Get up, right? Creating SOQL queries is similar to creating a report or a list view, right? A report or list view. Then, while creating a report or a list view, what are the things that you have? What fields I have to fetch? Then, where those fields are located. So, what fields I want? Name, industry, and from where? Where it is from account. Where is it? Account. Well, and you should same thing. Select name and email from contact. Okay, this is one example from contact. Email, name or industry, rating, etc. from account. Well, here select and from are the keywords. Then name field, email field, or industry, or etc fields. If it's a custom field, underscore c, email double underscore c from an object. Standard is contact. If it is a custom, contact double underscore c or client double underscore c, customer double underscore c, whatever we put. Then what the query is doing, it's retrieving specific information from contact records. Specific information in the sense name and email. Let's examine how these pieces fit together and practice writing some queries. First, we look at the required parts of a SOQL query. Right, what are the required SOQL clauses? First, select, then from. These are the mandatory clauses. Without this, it's not a valid SOQL query. Well, every SOQL query has select and from. So select keywords will take what fields you want: name field, rating field, industry field, or name field, email, in contact. Here the example here. And that about field names. In any other database, you might have used a star to fetch all the fields, right? To fetch all the fields, you might have used a star. So here, that star will not work, not accepted. Well, then the second thing is, yeah, about the field names. As an admin, when you talk to another admin, you probably refer to field by its label. So always I stress on this. Even the CPQ tutorial, where the CPQ programmers, CPQ admins fail, you give label. That's not the thing to be given. It's API name of the field. Okay, right. Employees. You see here, if you go to any record account, you see the field employees. Employees 9,000. Employees is the label. But for what is the programmer's name? And when you go to the list of fields, there you will see. Let me take you to that. Object manager, account object, that specific field employees. You have field label and field name, API name, programming name, somewhere called employees. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, E. You have employees. This is the label which is visible to the admins and the users. But for the programming team, the name, API name, number of employees. If it is a custom field, you do have double underscores. This is a custom field. This is a custom field. Okay, this is a custom field. Right. Number of employees, a standard field, API name. So you have to take care of the API name, API name, not the label. That you have to take care. Then another important under the required clause is from. So from is nothing but which object you have to get it from contact object, account object, or custom object like client double underscore C, etc. Okay. Then okay, here is also YouTube official program is there. You can go through that. Then hands-on with SOQL. So you can go to the Trailhead playground, where typically takes 3 to 4 minutes to draw what is what. Here what we do this in a query editor. The query editor is located in developer console. Developer console. So we will open the developer console. For admin batch also, I might have shown you the developer console and how the work can be done from over there simply. Right. So from there we will be executing all this stuff. Okay. Right. Where I am going to either Trailhead playground or any other developer edition or anything like that. Okay. A sandbox anywhere, not a problem. So here they are suggesting Trailhead playground because in future you have challenges. Right. The other units are having some challenges where you have to write them, and you need to install some app also. So better open the playground only. Well, so this okay, some developer console I have to go. Going there, here you have setup. In the setup you have developer console. In case of Lightning, if you are a classic guy, so when you have classic UI like this, so under the username button you do have developer console. Both are one and the same. You will be landing to a place called developer console, developers control room. From the control room, like police officer, police commissioner will do all the work. So here also from the developer console, the developers control everything. They create, they test, right? Okay. Here what we do in the test part somewhere, sorry, in the debug part, in the debug tab, you do have first option, The shortcut command is Control E. Open execute anonymous window. Execute anonymous window. So open it. Control E. A shortcut command. Right. Okay. Here it is. Put it aside. And I'm writing simple uh, system.debug. This is for Apex coding, not for the query editor. Query editor I have not come. Just developer console. System.debug. Hi. Welcome. SOQL shop. I'm giving. Just executing that much of line. So what happened? It has executed some code and debugged. Debug is printing something. Welcome to SOQL shop. Right. This is for Apex people. Now for the admins, you wanted to run SOQL queries. So you have a tab here called query editor. Logs, tests, checkpoints, query editor. Right. Developer console. Then they are suggesting you file, open, objects, contact. So they are suggesting you like this. Okay, that is one thing. And the other thing what I'm suggesting is logs, tests, checkpoints, and the fourth tab is the query editor. Query editor. Right. To know the fields API names from the developer console itself. So they are suggesting go to the file, then open, then objects, then contact. Right. For running the queries, you have the tabs logs, tests, checkpoints, query editor. Logs, tests, checkpoints, query editor. And to know more about the object, now file, open, then the objects, then the contact. You can search here contact or else you can select from there. Open. So you have got all the fields and right all the fields NAME salutation double underscore C right like that and I wanted to see the account information. See some fields are there double underscore C double underscore C double underscore all these are custom fields. Okay, to see the custom the field API names programming names you can go there and to run the query I am coming to query editor. Okay, here also they are using SOQL or SOQL. The SOQL example select so and so fields from object so and so object, then some conditional clauses will come. Okay, simple. What I will do in the list view that we have created behind the scenes, what would have happened? Select keyword is there, then I have fetch name, then I have fetched industry from account, then execute the query. For example, I have given wrong name, nothing happens. It is going to throw error. So industry is saying there is no field called indstr. If you are using a custom field, suffix is the double underscore C. It is suggesting you. If you are using custom field, okay. So correct it. Execute again. So you will get here. List view also same. No? You have got the name and you have got the industry. So what fields you want, you got it. And you want another field like a rating. Execute again. So rating is also there. So like this, you can run the SOQL queries. Okay, now he's giving some example like select, what's it? ID, email, name, languages from contact. If languages is already there, that's fine. If languages is not there in our contact object, you will get some error over there, right? Okay, so query, then you need to have the API names Okay, then do this one, execute. ID, email, name, languages. Select ID, name, email, just languages. Is there or not? Contact. Execute. So languages are already there. So Salesforce provided that field, and yeah. So this is the information we have got. Okay, how had our own some information is also otherwise the Rose Gonzalez Forbes, something like that. Rose Gonzalez Forbes, right? Like that. Okay. So we have executed our first SOQL query, SOQL query, excellently. Well, then let's look into the optional SOQL clauses. So these are optional, where condition first name is like this, last name is like this. Okay. So in this stuff, we have got these are the names Purushottam, Leo, etc. etc. So I wanted to see only the names where the last name is Young or Rogers, Forbes. I can also make from contact where last name equals to R, B, R, R, R. Okay. So it is having only one name with the last name as Bar and ID fetched, name fetched, email fetched, language fetched. So like this, you can have optional clauses also that it would like to tell you optional SOQL clauses, right? Then you have to have conditions with and or and in. Okay. The difference between or and logical operator, or means either the first name is Stella or the last name is Pavlova. So fetch all Stella or Pavlova. You will be getting the first name starting with Stella. If you give or, all the first names start in are equivalent to Stella, then all the records that are Pavlova. In case of or, logical operator or, if you give and logical operator, in functions also you have used it on logical operator, the same thing here. If you use and, so it will search for the first name Stella and also the last name is Pavlova. So it will be giving only those records. Well, so the or clause, this or that. In, so when you have to give multiple values in the condition where the last name is this or this or this or this at a time, we use the keyword in. Okay. And also another keyword is their limit, because in Salesforce we have governor limits, very important. So the programming team has to take it into consideration, the governor limits. So yeah, I will show you right now. I have executed this code, right? In the last somewhere you have limits, SOQL query limits 100, and you have used 0 out of it. Rows, how many rows you can fetch? 50,000 rows. Limit of get fetching. So select so and so 50,000. If you have 50 million records, so there is an issue which you can't handle it in the runtime. So we have to use something called limit over there. Okay. Now, if I say these fields from contact, it is fetching all the 21 records. Now what I will do, I will say limit 4. That's it. It is fetching 4 records. So we are not going against the developer, governor limits in the runtime. Okay. And also you do have order by. This is nothing but ascending order or descending order. Order by name ascending or order by name descending. and where email null slashed, right? So these are the clauses that you will have. Then you will get the results like this. Okay, so with this we have finished the first unit. Get started with SOQL queries, and we have quiz. Which two clauses are required in a SOQL query? Which two clauses required? The select and the from field, compulsory. So see, where is it? Select or from, select and from, and select that particular, right? I don't want to prompt. For this you might be having other resources which I don't recommend, I don't suggest. You have to learn the subject, not getting the badge. Getting the badge is just uh, other manner is not the important. You should you should get hands-on experience, and that should be usable for your project. That is the ultimate goal here. Then which query returns results for a specific account name. So from which object you have to, where the field is on account object, the query should happen on account. Okay, take the first one. Query is happening on account. Okay, it can be considered. Okay, then select id name from account. Yeah, this can also be considered. Select id name from account. This can also be considered. Select id name from contact. No, this is not going to be a proper option. Remove it. Then what is this? This is a specific account name, right? Okay, so where the account name is something, right? Okay, so first we will say select name frame account where id. So he's comparing the id, not the account name. Remove it. It is not the correct answer. E is not correct answer. D is also not correct answer. Okay, then let us look at the C, where the account name is something. Select id name from account and putting the just limit. So it is fetching one record but not against the name. So this is also not correct answer. Then let us see B. Obviously it is only one left, but let us examine it. id name from account where the account name is Acme Incorporated, right? This is the correct answer. Okay, for you let me open or okay, select and from. Okay, login. We need to log in. Well, right. Scroll down once again after logging to the trailhead to take the challenge or to have the. So tell me the answers. What are the two important and mandatory clauses? Select and from. Okay. Then what we thought? Not A, not D, not C. Then it is B. Okay. So it is not D. First of all, we have done it because it is on contact. Okay. Right. Select B. Then check. Okay. Good. You have told me the right answers. So we have got 100 points. Right. Let's go to the next unit. What's it? Create SOQL queries in Apex classes. Apex is for programming thing. So in that, how to use it, and you need a little bit of ops also over there. Don't worry, everything is going to be simple. So why are we here? To make the complex things as simpler, right? Why are we here? To make the complex things as simple things, right? In the next unit, let's meet again and do together that second unit. Stay tuned. Salesforce online training by your beloved secular Shah.